Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is iAllegedly. And got a good one for you today. I'm staying away from the waves after yesterday getting taken out a couple times. So I'm just walking through the bay. It's really nice and peaceful. Fish are jumping out there too, which is kind of cool. The world has a ton of extreme haves and a ton of extreme have-nots right now. And there is a tremendous amount to cover with the business news globally right now. I've got a bunch of good stuff from around the world. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share it with everybody. Don't forget, we are giving away 50 ounces of silver. We had a custom minted coin for iAllegedly made, and we're giving that away. You could win one. Sign up. Go to danssilver.com and sign up. Do not search for this website. I've had people write me and say, hey, I went to DuckDuckGo and couldn't find it. Guys, it is a brand new site. So one thing I will do is if you go to the top pinned comment on the video, you can register there if you don't want to open up the links and find all that stuff. But it's 1 ounce of pure silver. Deadline is Monday, the 30th of May, and we're giving everything out and letting everybody know on the 31st. It's very exciting. First things first. Globally, people always, I ask everybody, what do you guys want to see more of? And they want more global news. But again, the one thing I try to tell people is that you're not on an island. The problems that you're having economically in your city and in your state and in your country are happening around the world. In the last 2 years, there have been more billionaires created than ever. Think about this. 268 billionaires created in the last 2 years. That's crazy, guys. There are over 2,668 billionaires, and when you add them all up around the world, there have been a new billionaire created since the health crisis started every 30 hours. Okay? Well, that's not me. It's not you guys. The extreme haves and the extreme have-nots. I am floored at what I keep getting out of Australia. What people keep sending me from Australia as far as the rental market. We have a terrible rental market here in California and here in the States because, it's just these landlords are raising rents willy-nilly. Someone that works with me was told by their landlord, hey, if you move in here, I'm just not known for raising the rent. And then she reaches out to them 6 months into their lease and says, listen, I'm going to raise the rent because I want to stay with the market. You just told us the reason to move in with you was that you don't raise the rent. So she's looking right now, actively looking for a new place to live because of that. In Australia, it is so bad that the average rent in the bigger cities is, they do this weekly, $475 to $550 a week for the average rental for, again, simple apartments. Now, here's the sick thing. I'm getting multiple things from Australia right now. Hey, Dan, it's really bad in my area. It's bad in North Carolina. It's bad in Boise. It's not like Australia. These places that they're showing me are basically closets. They're calling them bedrooms. Hey, you can use this you could put a bed in there. Yeah. And they're basically the closet that they're calling bedrooms to get more rent from people. That is sick. That is absolutely shameful that they're doing this. But it's the way it is, supply and demand. You don't like it? Sleep in your car like so many people are doing. Less than 2% of single people that live in Australia can afford the average rental right now. If you are disabled or you are old or elderly, it's 1.6%, guys. It's horrible right now in that rental market. There is a woman, the story's below, where she applied at, you can't even make this up, 380 different homes to live in. She was in assisted living with her kids and has applied at 380 different places now. Unbelievable. If I didn't read the story, I wouldn't believe that number, but that's how bad it is for some people out there. So you hear about this all over. That's the problem, but it is worldwide that the rents are going through the roof. Food prices. Think about this, because this is insane. We have so many people from the UK that are on this channel and write me and send me great stories. Now remember, UK, you guys have inflation of about 8%, they say. That's what the government tells you. And it may get as high as 10% this year, and we've got to raise interest rates. Well, it's nonsense, because food has gone up in the UK at the supermarkets, and again, the story is below, over 20% in the last 2 years. So how can inflation be at 8%? Oh, Dan, it went up 10% this year and 10% next year. No, guys, it doesn't make sense. When you have countries like Germany where the wholesale prices are up a third and they're trying to tell you that inflation is only at 7.5% is an absolute lie, okay? If you buy anything, you know that. Gas prices are shooting up here, but food prices with everything that is involved with food, whether it's vegetables, meat, cooking oil, dry goods, pastas, sauces, spices, everything in the UK is gone through the roof. Wow, it's just like here in the United States. It is, guys. It's that bad. So it's all over the place. It's completely sky high, and there's just no end in sight for this stuff right now. Let's stick with the food theme for a little bit. Think about this. If you had a warning about something and it was, hey, we're going to run out of X at this time, wouldn't you prepare for that? If it was your business, if it was your family, well, if it's your country, think about this. Here in the States, our crop of wheat is going to be, think about this, 22% less than normal right now this year. They anticipate, and again, multiple stories sent to me, that we have 71 days of wheat left. Well, gosh, Dan, what's made with wheat? Bread, pasta, so many things. Cake, don't forget that. Cake is made with wheat. Anyways, if you knew that there was going to be a wheat shortage, wouldn't you prepare for that? Would you stock up on flour? Would you stock up on bread? I used to hate when my mother would freeze bread as a kid, and boy, it sure tastes good having that in the freezer right now than not having it. So that's a huge, huge red flag for everybody. Again, does that make you prepare? It makes me prepare. It makes me sit down, and when I went to the house today and I'm looking through everything, what do I need? Okay, I've got to have more right now, guys. And it's not hoarding, it's preparing. Hearing that story about that ViStar Bank in the last video where people could not get access to a bank or the app or communication with the bank for 7 days. That's insane, guys. That's what we're talking about here. Are credit unions generally safer than banks? Yes, they are. But the idea with it is, how are you prepared? Do you have cash on hand? Do you have gold, silver? What do your investments look like? And again, how do you convert that to cash if there's an emergency right now? Now, depending on who you listen to, the bottom has been achieved and the stock market's going to go back up. Or is it? Major retailers. You've got everybody from Walmart, Target, the Amazon stores, everybody that says, hey, are we headed towards a recession or are we in a recession? So that's something you guys have to answer yourself, because everything that I point to and every client, everybody I work with, all my friends that celebrated with me today and got together and called me, they all think we're in deep trouble right now, guys. Deep, deep trouble. And if you don't think that, that's on you. Be ready. Get yourself ready. Get your family ready. Used cars. Think about this. This is the longest period of time that people have held the average used car. Now, again, guys, I'm not interested in driving a new car. Just doesn't do anything for me, okay? There was a point in time in my life I sure did like that. It's nice trading cars in and getting something new. It's just fantastic. Now I could care less, okay? If it gets me to point A to point B and maybe there's a little air conditioning, I'm sold, okay? That's just me. The average person's car right now, think about this, is 12.2 years. 12.2 years old. That's what the average person is driving right now. Not out of, want and trying to be frugal like Dan. No, this is the state of the economy right now. People cannot afford this stuff. The subprime auto market is criminal. It is so bad. And again, people sell, hey, look at how good you're going to look in this Mustang, this Charger, this car, the BMW, the new truck, whatever, okay? And the payments are going to be through the roof. Now, again, people make those decisions. That's completely up to you. But the problem with this is that these people are relentless. There is a thing called auto pawn. People probably don't even know what that is. If you have a pink slip to a vehicle, there is somebody that today, before the end of today, watching this video, you could call an auto pawn place and they will get you cash with that pink slip for that vehicle. Now, if you are desperate, it's a great way to do it. If you do not pay that car off immediately and you start to get those payments going, you will be screwed. It adds so much interest. They are relentless. Plus, let's say you have a 30-day payment, if you're the 31st day and you don't pay, in their paperwork, they can repossess the car and they start to look for it. They will repossess that car, sell it, and sue you for the difference. So again, what a horrible way to live. And again, people have to do what they have to do to get by. But again, get yourself out of debt so you don't have to do risky things like that. The problem with the home loans right now is we're seeing people do things that they didn't have to do in the last 2 years. Think about this. Great article below where they say that Texas escaped the 2008 crash with real estate. Really didn't get hurt like other states, but guess who the #1 problem state is right now? Texas, right now. When you hear that and you think about that, that's crazy. Oh, guys, check this out. The crew, the Orange Coast College, the crew team is rolling by right now. This is really cool. Oh, this is the ladies too. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? But it's just so smooth. Very cool thing to see. You know, but when it's smooth like this, they train out here. Just a cool spot to come out and walk and check this out. So what do you guys think? They think that Texas is seriously the biggest bubble in the nation right now. I don't think so. I don't think it's that bad. I have a lot of people that I know in Texas. I have a lot of people that write me from Texas. You know, I went to Texas last summer. Absolutely beautiful state. Had a great time. Had an amazing trip. And I was floored that the new real estate, the new construction, you know, the one thing about moving out of California is you get the space. You don't have, you don't have a postage stamp size yard. These people in Texas, you started to see tracks get built with 12-foot backyards. And I'm like, wow, that is crazy. You know, you'd think Texas would be, you'd have a huge backyard and acreage and fun stuff like that. Not in the track houses they were. I've been down here before with you guys. You can see how flat this is. The tide is incredibly high right now out here. You can't really tell, but when you look across the docks, you can see the water level's fairly high right now, which is kind of a cool thing to see. Very peaceful. I'm going to walk on the private dock until they throw me off, which we'll see how that goes. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because the financing is getting very precarious right now. And the other thing is credit card debt that people are getting themselves into. It escalates every month. And again, people right now, I don't understand this. I don't understand. If you can't afford it, don't get it right now, because the musical chairs are gonna stop. And if you think that this is all going to continue right now, I think you're just kidding yourself right now. The head of financing for Bank of America said that he believes that a lot of people have stimulus money left over. How? I mean, is it PPP money? Is it loans that they took for the businesses? That I could understand. But the personal money, everybody I know bought and got rid of that money instantly when they got those checks written to them. So, share your thoughts on this stuff, guys. Do you think people have stimulus money left over? I don't think they have anything left over. I think that's why they're borrowing so much. But again, I look at so many different sources when I put one of these videos together, but you get conflicting stories all the time. I mean, all of the time. You get stuff that's just crazy where people are borrowing to their eyeballs, but people have money left over from stimulus. Okay, well then we wouldn't have the problems that we have right now. The unemployment situation is only getting worse. There are more and more people right now that are concerned about layoffs, which they should be, because bigger companies are getting rid of middle management. Retail is getting rid of middle management. I've had people write me and talk about how Amazon hey, they're building a new warehouse in my area. Well, guess what? They're getting rid of 10 million square feet of warehouse space around the country. They're going to minimize these warehouse spaces and ship things further distances. That's the goal with this. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. But again, guys, I don't know if you can tell how high the tide is. It's kind of cool to see this out here like this. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. That little boat out there is called a Duffy. It's electric and been around for 20 years or so. Very cool. You can rent them out here, which is really nice. A lot of people own them. They take them to and from restaurants and things like that. Just absolutely beautiful. Easy, simple to use. They don't go very fast, so you can't get in trouble out here. And but man, is it just peaceful out here today. You know, we're seeing all these different warnings from all these different people. You know, and Scott Menard from the Guggenheim Financial Group. There's another big boat. Go on, you got a shot of this, and the sheriff's next to him. Scott Menard is his name. He is saying that Bitcoin, he feels, is going to drop another 70%, and he feels that Bitcoin is going to drop down to Bitcoin's going to drop to $8,000. Now it's at 30 grand right now, guys. So what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to drop that low? You know, we have seen so many different assets drop this year. Right now, think about this. Americans, here in the United States alone, we've lost $20 trillion since the start of 2022. That is absolutely crazy, guys. That's a big boat. I've always got the sheriff going around. It's nice, it's safe in that sense. But you got some of these bigger boats too. And it's nice just to see stuff. But again, it's very peaceful out here. So again, does that concern you with somebody saying that Bitcoin's going to drop down? What do you think about cryptocurrencies? What do you think? Because the thing that floors me is it's dropping when the stock market's dropping. And it should go up. But here's the thing. Gold and silver should be shooting up. Silver is so manipulated by Bank of America and by JP Morgan. It is absolutely ridiculous. These silver contracts that are out there, if they ever had to deliver on the silver, they couldn't do it, guys. You know, a year ago in February, they had this thing on TikTok where they said if everybody buys an ounce of silver, it'll make a short squeeze for silver, which it would have. But the problem with it is that people just gave up on, this is not happening too much. And silver went from 22 to 27. That's not any good. GameStop's going to go to 1,000. You know, people were like that. But again, silver is a metal that is used in thousands of applications, and there is a short supply of that. You know, we're seeing these commodities around the world that are in short supply. The wheat thing, that should freak everybody out. It really should. You know, to see the average person not plan for food and not think that there's going to be a shortage of bread and pasta and grains and anything like that, your little cereal bars, your cereal, everything like that, guys, I mean, this is going to be catastrophic. But again, do you care about the Bitcoin price? Now, I have people that write me and they, you know, it's a term paper, the stuff that these people send me, talking about how, Dan, you don't understand. You're going to see Bitcoin, because it's going to be short squeeze. There's not an infinite, supply of it, and it's only limited, that you're going to see this shoot up in price in the next 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, 6 years. They always give me some far off term. But again, what do you guys think about this? Because I think, my mind has not been made up yet on cryptocurrencies because of the fact that when the stock market goes down, you would think this would go up. I really think that you're going to see gold shoot up. I really, really do. I think that it's going to have to finally kick in. And we just can't have everything down and everything suppressed right now. Gold and silver have been money forever and a day. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. I really want to know what you think. You have to look at these warnings from the Fed. Think about this. The Fed on an average, let's go back to like 2019. The Fed would have basically $1 trillion in its arsenal and that it had and owned on its balance sheet, okay? Right now it's $9 trillion, okay? The Fed, for the first time ever, because they own so many of these assets, quote, and their job is to own these assets and sell these assets and pay out interest, that they could actually pay more interest than they take in. And I love this article from the Wall Street Journal because they say this could create a political firestorm. No, it could create the end of the financial system, a political firestorm. You know what? I'm really sick of the buzzwords, keywords, and everything with all of our lives. The Fed supposedly is going to trim off $1 trillion of their balance sheet. They're going to sell this stuff off, mortgages, the T-bonds, everything that they own. Okay, but they're going to sell $1 trillion off in the next year. Who believes that? Do you really believe that the Fed is going to trim the fat? They went from $1 to $9 trillion in these assets that they have in their books. They're not going to do that. They can't do that. So they're going to raise interest rates soon. Okay, maybe not. It's going to happen. Get ready. Okay, I mean, there's not an ounce of truth to any of this stuff right now. We are seeing people write me from around the country getting their property tax bills. Now, in this commie state, okay, California, I think that's what a lot of people call it, okay? It's kind of funny because here's one thing that they have here where if you buy a house, basically we have 1% property taxes, but not really. What I mean by that is you've got local issues, you've got bonds, you've got your trash included on it. So on an average, let's say it's 1.2% for the lower cities, okay? That are simple. Some of these cities are above 2%, okay, for their taxes, which is outrageous. I had somebody write me with a $400,000 house that has a $20,000 tax bill, okay? Because the city that they live in needs more money. The county that these people live in need more money. We're seeing tax bills go up 19%, 18%, 16%, all these crazy, wacky figures because the municipalities need more money. So that's the one good thing about having Proposition 13 here is that you get that on an average. Now they're trying to get rid of it and they're trying to kill that, and we will see if they do that, but this is killing people right now. The other thing is homeowners insurance right now. I'm getting people saying, hey, what do you do if your homeowners insurance won't rewrite your policy? Why won't they rewrite it? I mean, did you guys not pay them? Were you a pain in the ass? Did you guys have a fire? Is there an issue? No, they just don't want to rewrite our neighborhood. Okay, so you're going to see more and more stuff like this, guys. That's going to happen where they're going to not write policies and not rewrite policies. So people need to get ready. Also, be proactive on stuff like this. Be proactive with your auto insurance. Go out and look at this stuff in advance. People just get set up on auto pay and worry about that payment and don't think about it. You've got to look at this stuff and see what they're charging you and make sure that you're not getting ripped off in any way, shape, or form, and talk to your agent. That's what they get the commission for, is to make sure they're giving you good service and make sure that you're taken care of. So share your thoughts on this stuff, because I was floored at these inexpensive areas. You've got houses in a war zone in Chicago that have $25,000 worth of property taxes, and the house isn't worth $100,000. So share your thoughts on this stuff and let me know what you guys think about this, because I think it's just the beginning of the end when you have stuff like this, because they could price people out of the homes. Now, one other thing that's fascinating, and that is talking to a lot of the investors, is you talk about BlackRock and you talk about these people getting themselves into housing communities and buying, multiple communities. A week ago we heard about the investment group out of Goldman Sachs that bought 45 houses for $87 million, and I think that was the number, 45? No, 87 houses for $45 million. Anyways, they paid $454,000 a piece for these houses. Now, the thing about this that's crazy when they do this is it takes those houses off the market forever. They're not going to individually fix them up and flip them and sell them. These are off the market forever. Now, a lot of people sit there and say, this is the end of the real estate market. It's going to make it so that you won't have individuals owning houses. I don't totally agree with that. I think that you're not going to be able to have a renter nation and have it be that rents are going to be sky high. I just don't think that that's going to happen. I don't think it's mathematically, I don't know how that's possible that you're going to have people just getting clipped and paying all this money. Now, another story that was sent to me that I thought was absolutely funny is that prices are about to drop on everything. Everything's going to go down, and you're going to see a massive price drop because of the supply chain problem being solved. Okay, I'll buy it. Who thinks that? Do any of you guys out there think that prices for things are going to go down right now? Okay, we've got war, we've got energy shortages, you've got a wheat shortage now. And again, if that doesn't motivate you guys to sit there and get ready for what's coming, I don't know what will. I have no clue what will do that if you guys are not concerned about a 71-day supply of wheat worldwide. Okay? Let me know what you guys think about all this stuff. I'm going to finish this video with these last two stories. And Bank of America issued a survey from their global research department to a lot of financial advisors around the country. 77% came back and said that we're going to see not only, inflation problems, recession problems, but stagflation, which is high inflation, high unemployment, and low demand. Now, Elon Musk steps forward and he says, oh, we're in a recession right now. This is not that we're going to get there. We're in a recession right now, and it's going to last 18 months. So share your thoughts on that, guys, if you think that's the case or not. And the final thing, speaking of Elon, let's talk about their competitor, Rivian. Rivian is the truck maker. I've seen a few of them around here in Orange County, but having real problems right now with the supply chain, talking about delivery and how this is going to be nothing but a problem for the company in the coming year, and that they're going to miss a lot of their numbers. So again, real problems. Do not forget, guys, if you want to join the giveaway for the silver coins, okay, you can sign up at dansilver.com. And again, you got to punch www.danssilver.com. Takes you right to the registration page. You can register between now and May 30th. We're giving 50 ounces away, and you got a nice little collector's box and all this stuff. It's very romantic and cool, and it looks just fantastic. Okay, and we're sending those out. I don't care where you are worldwide, we're going to send them out. So, I've had people write me, hey, I'm in the UK, will you send it here? Will you send it to Australia? Yes, 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 yes. On my dime. I'm paying for shipping. You guys are getting charged nothing. It's a thank you for being part of the channel. Please do not forget to hit a like button up above. Please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, okay? And onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And thanks, one and all, for being here, guys.